Tabitha's missing. Agent 8 is dead. Agent 6 has gotten back. I heard that from Veronica, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's everybody accounted for then. Then I guess I'll go back to the hospital where Oliver is.
Driving back out to OHSU.
John has been sitting in a chair, arms crossed, waiting for them to be done with Ollie.
Some hour or two later, Betsy shows back up.
Tabitha Bulsara managed to evade arrest.
If you found that surprising in any way.
No. I carry the big gulp I got earlier to another chair nearby. Actually, I try and figure out where the pile of photos ended up. I want to look at them again.
Yeah, they are still in a pile. Some of them have been laid out. Specifically, the photos of Idri, the photos of the spiders, basically anything you saw that looked alive. She wants samples.
Oh, yeah.
And if you get your hands on any werewolves, please bring them to me.
We know
I
a
have samples.
Raven.
You do?
Yeah, his name is Dick.
Little fucking
believe
asshole.
he named himself. Looks like a 16-year-old boy.
Accurate fucking name. Little fucking douchebag kicked me in the chest.
Where is he at?
A werewolf colony in town?
There's a
Probably
werewolf colony in
downtown.
town?
He's shitting on cars. Bird brain.
They have a gigantic camp in town. I presume that's
Really?
where you got the samples. No?
Oh, if you're talking about Mount Tabor, I already cleared that out. That's where my original samples came from, but now they're gone.
Dick lived there, and some sort of magic homeless person threatened me. He said he lived with the werewolves, right?
He mentioned that his father was the liaison between the werewolves and the vampires when he was telling his backstory.
Okay. Betsy will clarify that she knows where the were-raven lives, and it's clear there was some reality deviants around. I presume they're related, but I
Okay.
suppose they could be unrelated.
Well, Reality Deviants is Reality Deviants. I'm sure I could get a team together to go collect some samples. So it is a houseless camp?
Yes, I'll give the address that I used to figure out how to get there the first time.
Wonderful. That makes this a lot easier. People never notice when they go missing.
Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Does this make Betsy a class traitor? Is this a hate crime?
One or the other.
It's starting to become clear to John and Ollie
Betsy's a cop!
that there are two sides to Betsy. That there is the side on the outside that looks like a weird conspiracy theorist, and there's the inside, which is a fucking cop.
God damn it.
Brainwashed to be a cop.
Still, yeah, but breaking that's gonna be,
Even with
you
the
know, a
robe
little
cop.
difficult.
Brainwashed by RoboCop. So turned into RoboCop.
I'm an undercover RoboCop.
Nothing's wrong with me. These are reality deviants. It's procedure.
No, taking people and kidnapping them and doing horrific things to them without the families knowing is not fucking procedure.
If they're not reality deviants, they'll be put back.
This sounds a whole lot like if you're not a rich, you'll drown.
That's
I mean,
why we research what we do and make sure we uphold consensual reality.
But
Safe
they're just
reality.
they're just trying to provide a safe place for homeless people to exist though too, right? Like he's a little shit, but he's not a bad kid. He is. But it's beside the point.
They're reality deviants. It doesn't really
The harm they do
matter.
to reality by existing is so great that it causes the murders that are created by reality deviants. The beasts torn up by those spider demons, werewolf killings, vampire attacks. We need to stop them from hurting people.
And if I can get samples, I can develop a cure.
A cure for vampirism?
And lycanthropy. That's my field of study.
I guess that makes sense. As somebody who's studied science and the history therein, Ollie at least has that kind of bias of being swayed by this line of thinking. Like, some pretty awful things have been done over history for the advancement of science and medicine that modern humans all benefit from, would be Ollie's line of thinking. So I could definitely see him being swayed a bit.
Being turned into a vampire is rarely consensual. People are forced to become people who feed on other human beings to continue existing.
So you'll torture people who got changed into monsters non-consensually. That sounds horrific.
To be clear, vampires are not people, they are corpses. The person died. Lycanthropes, I've yet to get enough to study, but I believe that they may have been turned into monsters. And if they can be turned back, then that's better for everyone.
Don't werewolves turn back into humans by nature?
Yeah, but how many do they kill in the meantime?
I don't have the statistics, do you?
Yes.
Oh.
This is the doctor who studies werewolves, detective.
Loggers, so many of them. Manufacturing plant workers. Anywhere where civilization spreads, you'll find unexplained deaths, usually written off as animal attacks or industrial accidents.
And how many of them are animal attacks?
We don't know.
We all have our friend with the story that they ran into a bear and got out just fine.
Urban
Well,
legend.
I've got graphs of animal populations going down, and I've got graphs of lethal animal encounters going up. That shouldn't be the case.
Doesn't it fluctuate every so often? Isn't that how fucking nature works?
Yes, but I don't believe that's the explanation.
Occam's razor, lady.
Werewolves exist.
We know a were-raven, and the doctor here was studying werewolves at Reed College.
A vampire bit you.
Okay, I understand.
I wasn't studying werewolves at Reed College. They were temporarily being held there. They were supposed to be transported here.
Didn't y'all say that Dick said they were being used as batteries to power some weird fucked up machine?
Oh my god. Did she use my werewolves as goddamn batteries?
That is what they said.
That treasonous bitch.
I'm guessing this is a no-no.
They were supposed to be transported for study. I didn't know it was possible to use them as batteries. That's not what I would have tried, but I'll mark that down as anecdotal.
Please don't use them as batteries.
I'm not going to!
They're people.
They're people, yes, but they're test subjects first and foremost.
Jesus. That is a no, lady.
I'm not aware I was asking you for permission for anything.
But you weren't. I'm letting you know.
Can I look over Oliver? You look intact.
Yes, the little bar on the device is about 70% full.
How am I feeling?
You're feeling fine. It's being pumped back into you,
It's like entire blood dialysis.
basically.
Gnarly.
John, after throwing up once or twice, has gotten used to watching the process.
It gets easier, Dr. Martin says.
I don't want to know how many times you've done this, miss.
Oh, this particular procedure? Not very often.
I said I didn't want to know. That's worse. That's worse.
As the person with a needle currently in their arm, I would second that.
Oh, we're
Would
in
that
my
be-
lab.
But that means that this is a repeatable, verifiable procedure you can do to help people.
You said less than 2 hours. Good. After a certain time, does the toxin become too suffused in the blood, or
There is some evidence of that. It gets stronger with time.
how am I feeling, or will I know more after the procedures?
Probing your own feelings, the fascination with the man has faded to be mostly scientific. How does he work? How does he do what he does? What the fuck is he doing? You're not sure if that curiosity is just Ollie's general lack of inhibition when it comes to curiosity, or if it's the blonde. Time passes, unless anybody else had further questions for Marnie.
No, but I should call Agent Gray.
No, just getting more and more suspicious of Betsy as every hour passes.
Agent Gray.
Tabitha Bulsara managed to evade arrest.
She did.
Yes. They don't even remember seeing her, but I presume she has some gizmo in her spacesuit that could do that. Well, even I could edit a officer's memory to forget me.
I checked the logs. They arrested someone.
Really. All they said they had was Agent 8's corpse.
It's not in the police report either. That is strange. I know I heard it.
A very powerful procedure indeed.
I need to check with Control to see if there's another department over in Hillsborough. I will call you back. Click. 2 minutes later, you get a call.
I pick up.
Agent Caldwell, there is not another cell operating in Hillsborough. We have a missing agent. I could direct this particular situation over to the Void Engineers, but this is also a chance to work off a debt.
Where am I going?
I will postpone your punishment and leave it under review until Captain Bulsara is in our custody. Happy hunting. Click.
I relay the information to the detective and Oliver. I don't care if the doctor overhears. She's probably got clearance.
Missing again.
We're to track down Agent Bulsara.
If she owes you any favors, don't expect her to remember when you find her.
Oh?
She owes me blood.
Yeah, right. If you had to guess, Doctor, is she a clone, maybe? Is there a way I could tell?
Oh, no. If she was a clone, I made one the other month. He's going through med school right now, having to get his degrees again. If she were a clone, I would be the one to make her. Either that or Dr. Turek down the hall, and I would be helping. Possibly an Iteration X robot? I've heard there are some new shape-shifting hit marks they're testing out.
I'll look over at Betsy and John as I say, I have a gut feeling and pause that Tabitha may be a type of EDE we've never seen before. A strong intuition, if you will.
Well, if one of them's an EDE, then it's the one I gave a new leg to. I've operated on her.
The one that vaporized was claimed to be an EDE by the Tabitha we most recently interacted with.
Well, the one who got vaporized was human. I don't know any alien biology. If she was a clone, she was from not around here. This one wasn't a hit mark of any kind.
Well, EDE doesn't have to necessarily mean alien. Different dimensions could be very different things. Like, string theory, she could just be from a parallel
But
existence.
alien in that it's four.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know any dimensional sciences, and I was able to operate on her just fine. So either she was a really convincing replica, or a parallel dimension hopper of some kind, or a clone from not around here.
I'm gonna chime into Ollie. In your thinking, you are not alone. That bitch is not necessarily a clone.
Dr. Marnie will shrug, just as the machine goes bing, and the little progress bar has reached the top and gone green. Alright, looks like we're good.
All right. Thanks for the suck, Doc.
She will take the needle out of Ollie's arm, give you juice and a cookie.
I'll break it into thirds. I'm keeping the juice box. There's
That's
like 2
fine.
sips in there.
She's like, I've got more.
I got a big gulp. I'm good.
She'll start to hand John a cookie, and one of the cages starts screeching.
Ah!
I'll get you one too.
I'll get him one first.
Detective,
What
do you
did
want
it-
to get close to that creature right now?
I want to look what's in that cage.
It looks a bit like a bearded lizard with patches of fur and scale and a little bit of slime sticking it to the floor. It's about the size of a beagle.
Wow.
and
Not
one of
happy that
the-
I looked at that.
One of its longer
Yeah.
arms is stretching out and pawing at Dr. Marnie as she gingerly gives it a cookie.
Big
It'll-
stretch.
It'll just barely grab it with its fingertips and yank it back in with a thank you.
Nope. Why can it talk?
I need test subjects that can describe their experience.
Dr. Marnie, how many of these things were human before you brought them here?
2?
Reality Deviants.
Both?
No, how many?
Oh, 2.
Which ones?
Well, that one up there, that one down there, and the voice box for this one.
And what
I
the other two look
would like to not talk to you anymore. Ollie will say because he has 1 charisma and start walking away.
Does John really want to look at the other 2?
Yes.
The one in the cage lower down is a hunched thing. It has white fur, but it's got a strange brown mane. It's about the size of a Saint Bernard. It looks up at you with
Oh my God.
mournful eyes. The other one is about the size of a Labrador Retriever, but it's a cockroach.
What'd that one do to deserve that?
I'm not sure. I didn't ask. It was brought to me as a specimen, and experiments were unsuccessful.
So you didn't turn any of the humans into this?
Oh, well, the lizard subject I did, and the cockroach I did.
Ollie will sigh dejectedly and turn back around. At this point is just standing facing a corner, head against the wall.
The canine creature was found this way.
Okay, but the lizard doesn't have people in it.
It has a voice box. It's from the cockroach one.
Okay.
How's your digestion?
My?
Yeah, like in general.
Fine. Why?
This is horrible. I figured there must be something, like, I don't know, you look well rested, kinda hot, so I assume that you get plenty of sleep. So I figured maybe you just have wicked shits all the time, but nope, just dead inside. Alright, got it.
These gentlemen have been through a rough evening. Spider demons, screaming burning house. I gesture to the different pictures.
Not everyone understands the progenitor's mission. They're of your convention and not mine, and I do not begrudge them their Luddite ways.
That's fine, I'm fine being a Luddite if this means advancement.
Yes.
And with that, you all will leave.
Back to the hotel or to your safe house, detective?
We're going back to the hotel. At this point, and this is not still out loud, but at this point, John does not trust Betsy at the safe house.
Do you trust yourself at her safe house?
Well, don't we have to go to Veronica first?
I assumed she was going to meet us at the hospital, but she never showed up.
Ooh,
Betsy will freely admit that. Yeah, I really expected she would show up to meet us here. That's why I'm still here. I'm waiting for her to come pick you up.
Oh, one more thing, Dr. Marnie says you're about to leave.
Yeah.
And she will stab Ollie in the back of the neck with a needle.
Mhm.
I will vomit on her.
Well, she's behind you, so...
Oh, then projectile vomit on what's ever in front of me.
It's probably me.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh no. It splatters onto the hems of your jeans, but you do jump out of the way from it being all the way down your back.
I will grab Ollie just in case she is attempting to grab him after this.
And then she'll pull the needle back in. Sorry, orders.
Tracking device?
That was absolutely entrapment shit.
Yes.
Ollie
Let's
has
start
fainted again. God, I hope she doesn't have me fixed next.
How do you know that wasn't part of the chip?
Actually, wait, no, I'm fine with that.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Light
like,
contraceptive.
I'd be terrified of sleeping with anybody else, so then I just, don't need condoms. Less.
I will attempt to pick up Ollie.
Between Betsy and John, you can absolutely frog march him out of there.
Doing
I
the old
want to
weekend at Bernie's.
We're
It's
in a
like, no,
hospital, we put
everybody
you
in
in a
this
wheelchair.
hospital. Oh, that makes
Yeah.
way more sense.
As you're rolling Ollie out of the hospital, newly chipped. We will end today's game.
Thank you for watching Rose City at Twilight. Links are in the description for the full playlists and ways to donate if I made you feel something. The Twilight holds a variety of mysteries. Let me know your theories in the comments below. Liking and subscribing attracts the attention of the great algorithm. Do so at your own risk. Good night.